You will be standing right now. Yeah.
We have chairs.
Right, and at first, I wanted to write something that was super raunchy. But as I kept writing the characters of Avery and Jesse, I realized that I pulled from flaws that I had to write Avery and like weaknesses / things that I needed to grow into to write Jesse. And it's kind of funny, but they were the first characters that I wrote with this idea. The second character that I wrote was the villain, which is this like inbred incest maniac. And those 3 characters alone just got me into that flow of writing. And I think that's the beauty of it, right? Art is all collaboration. So you pull upon ideas that you really like the superhero thematic that I've been a huge fan of for so long, and add your own to it. Art is like this ever-expanding kind of medium for that. So yeah, that's really where the writing process started.
And I really enjoyed the characters, Jesse and Avery. So I just really liked the idea of being I really like the idea of being a villain. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Avery was my first choice. I really wanted to be Avery. They're just such like an asshole, and I've never gotten a chance to just be like menacing and truly mean for no reason. So I thought that would be a lot of fun, and I've never gotten a chance to be in a comedy. Like, I've always been in dramas when I've performed, so the idea of getting to be in a comedy was like a great fun thing that I could do with my senior year spring semester.
But what NRT is, that is everyone's thing, is a community. Everyone needs one, especially in college where people are breaking away from the communities they've grown up with for so long. You go to NRT, whether you've done theater before or not, and it's an all-inclusive. There are people that have never done theater that are up on stage with people that have done theater for dozens of years, right? And I think it needs love. We hear about like the School of Theater thespians, these more higher accolade, and they have more funding put into their productions. This is the time where you can go in, do something that you like with a group of people that you like, and kind of just forget about the troubles of, oh, I have to finish this paper when I get back tonight, or oh my gosh, I didn't memorize this line, my director needs this to be professional, I'm gonna die. No, you are doing something you love. I never want a hobby like acting. If you are not using that as a professional mean, I don't want that hobby to turn into a grueling activity.
The main reason is because, I want to be as honest as possible. So my grandmother died last year, and she wasn't able to see me on stage. So I'm kind of doing this for her, almost. And she knew that NRT meant a lot to me, and anytime I was teching a show, she'd be like, oh, how's the show process going? So it's for her just as much as it is for me. And I think the fact that it's student written, student run, student funded, is my, it's like, so, I don't know how to explain it other than yay.
If these people weren't as amazing as they were, we wouldn't have a show. Again, I propose a vision, I give them notes, but they follow those notes and add these things that have me laughing. You were in the room, I was almost in tears right next to you. All of that was just based on little actions that the actor added in. And that's what it's that's been working with them the entire time. Anytime they have an idea, I trust it. And anytime I have an idea, they trust me. I could not have asked for a better group of people. And my assistant directors too. They deserve all the love in the world. They can read my mind. The burden around stuff like Thawne and, I was sick a couple times this semester already, school. They all have those same burdens, and yet they came to have my back, which is amazing. And that's another thing you can get from NRT, is you'll have a group of people that have your back no matter what.
Really, being a part of community theater is so important in keeping the arts alive locally, because Broadway will always be around. But community theater, local stuff, it's hard to come by sometimes, and especially accessible stuff. So I think that things like this are really important, especially on a college campus where people don't have as much as they might normally.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this kind of thing, performing shows for people for eons, right? We did it since Shakespeare's day, and everyone, whether you are a theater watcher that goes to all these Broadway shows or not, loves to F around and see a show, right? Especially comedies, right? Which I do think NRT does amazing dramas, and if you are into dramatic performances, go and see one. But if you just want to have fun for a night with friends, whether you can go out to the bars afterwards or go home afterwards to just laugh about it, this is the kind of show for you. These are the kinds of shows for you. NRT is all about the idea that you will leave smiling more than you did when you came out. It should never be not only a stress on your wallet, but like a, ugh, you know, I have to go see this show at 8, guys. I can't hang around for 2 hours. No, this is hanging around. This is having fun.
I'm excited for my family to see it, even if it is a little crude. But the emotions going into the performance are excitement, nerves, but also like pride. Like, I'm proud to be doing this. I'm excited to be on stage, and I'm also nervous to be on stage. But I think there is a bit of like melancholy, you know, doing this for my grandma, but then also doing it, you know, as my last show with one of my best friends. It's bittersweet, I would say. I think that's the biggest, I think that's the overarching emotion, is bittersweet.
So getting to be a part of that process, being the reason that that is how the show works and how the process works, is just such an incredible feeling. And just an immense amount of sadness when it's over, an immense amount of pride in your actors and the tech and all of the people that are involved in it. As cheesy as it sounds, we're all in this together, and we are a team, like all of us. So that's something that I've learned from that process and will be carrying on into my next process.
Some things happened to me in my life, and so I took a couple years away. NRT saved me. I came back to college basically ready to flunk out for real, right? Instead of dropping out, I was just ready to give up. And then I came across this club, this group of people that are like truly, not just inspirationally talented, but awesomely kind. I don't want any of the accolades for it, though, because again, if you do see the show, you're going to realize like it is so campy and cringe. The actors are what make it funny. The crew are putting in all the hard work, and they deserve all the accolades. NRT does. This is a love letter to NRT, as I said before. So while, you know, it's great to see my vision come to life, it really was to divert all the thanks to this club, because they deserve it.
Thank you, Lord. Blackout.